Recently, we have new polls out of the great state of Michigan indicating that Hitler, whatever you want to call this clown that is the governor of Michigan, may finally be done, as new polls are indicating that the former chief of the Detroit Police Department, James Craig, is tied with Whitler in the general election. This is by a more left-leaning pollster, all right? This was done by Strategic Nation. Go look up their pollster in the past. They're not particularly swell. And you noticed, Craig is only down by a half percentage point. This is huge, especially with 7.5% of Detroit, or Michiganites, whatever you want to call them, undecided. This is huge because this is very early in the election cycle for a midterm standard. And the fact that these Democrat governors, especially the Midwest, are not even cracking 50%, let alone 48%, that's not a good sign, especially in a state like Michigan. And Craig is only down by a half percentage point with a very left-leaning pollster. And look at some of these crosstabs. There's some intriguing stuff about this party, or I should say about this pollster. But other than that, you even look at the other candidate, the other Republican, Tudor Dixon. I don't know who that is exactly, but he's only down by 4.5 percentage points with 13% undecided. So even with the schmuck candidates that nobody's ever heard of, Whitler's only up by 4.5 percentage points. But with somebody with a name recognition like James Craig, the race is a virtual tie as of now. Now you look at Michigan in 2020, and there's some question marks about this, especially after what was found in Maricopa County, but that's just here or there. This is why Trump, in quotations, lost Michigan. It wasn't because, white working class voters in the central and northern part of the state left him. No. Look at Kent County. This is where some of the intriguing stuff with the election night happened. Trump supposedly lost this county by 6 percentage points. You can't do that and win the state of Michigan without cracking 33% in Wayne. You have to do better in Genesee County, Saginaw County, Macomb County. I mean, if he did just a couple percentage points better, especially in Wayne County, didn't matter what happened to Kent County, probably would have won Michigan. Now again, there's some intriguing stuff that happened in Michigan, but that's here or there. You go down to John James, the Republican candidate. He won both Kent and Muskegon County. But at the same time, you look at Macomb County. He only got 51.8%. Compare that to Trump, 53.4%. This alone was the biggest reason he did not win the election. Macomb County, there's like 20,000 voters that did not vote for John James, instead voted for Gary Peters. And again, you combine that with less than admiral support in a place like Saginaw, Genesee County, which is worse than Trump, but still. These are counties that would be more favorable to Republicans if Republicans were kind of like Trump on a lot of the issues, like a law and order type of dude. Now again, I'm not saying James Craig is going to run up the rural margins like Trump and like be Trump on steroids. I don't think he's going to be within 1 in Saginaw County or something like that. But what I am saying is, I wouldn't be surprised if he can maybe win Kent County. Very similar margin to John James, like a half-point win. Muskegon County, I could see flipping. These alone, getting the margins out in the traditional Republican part of the state, places like Ottawa County, where Trump got 59.8%, while John James got 63.3%. This is where, if Craig, or we're just calling him Craig because I keep messing up his first name, if Craig can do good in the traditional Republican part of the state, via running on like a law and order message. A lot of voters that would love that message out in this part of the state. He would be fine. He would have enough votes to win the state. And another thing is, he has an appeal, a very unique appeal for Republicans in Wayne, Oakland, and not really there, but Oakland and Wayne, especially Wayne County, especially the Detroit precinct. He has a unique, I should say, name recognition in that part of the state. This is why I'm saying that I personally believe that he could crack 34-35% in Wayne County, especially if he's already tied in the poll in a state that Whitler won by a landslide in 2018. But you get the point that Craig is going to do significantly better in places like Detroit, places like even Macomb County, Oakland. He has a name recognition in this part of the state, and his law and order messaging, I do believe, can tap into those old-fashioned Republican voters that just do not like Trump himself. Now, that's just the southern half of the state. If he gets those numbers in the southern half of the state, he's probably going to get like 51-52% of the vote if he holds the rest of the state. That's going to be harder to do. But there was a poll that did come out by Trafalgar, one of the most accurate pollsters in America. Don't listen to those clowns in frickin' 527. Outside of some Sunbelt state poll, this is the most accurate Rust Belt poll in the nation. It's not good in the Sunbelt mostly, but it is dead on in a state like Michigan. And yes, there are some misses, but we won't even get into that. But anyways, you go down here. James Craig is up by 6 percentage points against Whitler with 5% undecided. Folks, even if these broke 100% for Whitler, Craig wins just because he's already cracked 50%. This is a good sign for Craig. And that's why I'm saying that Craig, I do believe, can win. He just has to get the good numbers in the southern part of the state, while at the same time doing a little bit better than John James did in the northern part of the state. And again, my opinion is this election comes down to, hate to say it, but we got to see how Wayne and Oakland County and even Macomb County vote. If they are like Macomb County voting like Trump, Oakland County voting more like John James, Wayne County voting right of both of them, he's probably going to win. This is where the election is going to be won because of that huge name recognition as the former Detroit police chief. Now again, it's all going to come out down to turnout and overall very intriguing results. Again, it's all going to come down to the southern part of the state, in my opinion, especially these three. So we got to see what happens. And if we get some polling in this part of the state, we can see who's really going to win this race. Because, again, it's all going to come down to these three counties. What the margins are, there's a lot of votes in Wayne County, especially Detroit. And if Craig is liked in Detroit, that should help him a little bit against Whitler. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button down below. Subscribe, share with your friends, hit the little bell, and yes, thank you guys for watching.